If you want to get a traffic boner like my client here and grow your business, then you need to understand how to use Google Search Console like a Chad, like a professional, like a specialist. And that's exactly what I'm going to show you how to do. So first of all, who the hell am I and why should you listen to me? Well, I've been doing SEO for nearly 10 years now, and I've been using Google Search Console in those 10 years. I've managed the SEO for multiple award-winning marketing agencies, and I've used Google Search Console on both small businesses as well as multi-billion-dollar businesses. So you're in the right place. And if you're serious about SEO, then I recommend you subscribe, because I always give valuable insights, no bullshit generic advice, and to the point videos. So here's the thing with Google Search Console. There's so many things here, it can get confusing. There's all these things going on that you can do. But in this video, I'm not going to be showing you all those things. I'll literally just be showing you 5 of the most important things that you should be doing to grow your traffic. And you don't need to mess with all of this stuff. You don't need to be smart. It's very, very simple. So I'm going to be using my dummy search console here. And I can't show my clients, unfortunately. So it'll just be this. I would love to show my clients, but I can't. So literally this is what Search Console is going to look like when you log in. Click on full report, and then you're going to download 2 SEO extensions. The first one is Google Search Console Enhanced Analytics, and then Easy SEO extension, which is an SEO extension that I built myself. And once you install this particular plugin, you're going to click on always generate percentage changes and show exact metrics above the chart. And your search console should look something like this. So the first thing you're going to do is compare data month on month and year on year. And this is going to give a better representation of what's going on. So all you're going to do is hit the Chrome extension here and click on last month compared to the previous month. So this is going to compare December, which was last month, to November. Click on that and it'll compare the two. And as you can see here, clicks have taken a massive nosedive of 60%. So why in the hell did that happen? What's going on? How do you interpret that data? We've got a lower click-through rate. We've got a lower average position. But here's the weird thing, the average position has only reduced by 14%, only by 2 positions. So does that justify it? Well, no. And the reason why the clicks have decreased is because the impressions have decreased by 40%, from 118,000 to 71,000. So why have impressions decreased? Have we just shot down massively in our average position? Well, by the looks of it, no. So what happened? Well, the way you interpret this is because last month was December. It was the festive season. So guess what? You don't really need to worry about it, at least in this case, because the reason why the impressions were down is because of the festive season. Less people were searching for these keywords. And what you're going to do is when you compare it month for month, you're basically going to want to understand what's happening. And I'll go over how you do that in these other points here. And then after that, you're going to click on last month compared to last year. So last month was December, and that's going to compare last December to the previous year's December. And this gives us a really good understanding of what's going on. And the reason why it says infinity here and infinity over here is because Search Console unfortunately was not installed in that point of time. So I'm sorry I can't give you an example, but regardless, I'll be talking about what you should be doing in this particular scenario. So make sure you're taking notes in this video. So a good rule of thumb to follow is as long as the clicks, impressions are up year on year, you're on the right path. Even if it's down month to month, you know, ultimately you're still growing. But what if you're down? Well, that leads nicely into our next point, including and excluding branded searches. So literally what you're going to do is click on add filter here, click on query, and let's just say this brand is called Top Kitchen Fitters Birmingham. And then you're going to click on queries containing to see how many people are searching for your brand, or queries not containing. So people aren't going to be searching this brand. So if you click apply, no searches, unsurprisingly. And then we've got queries not containing. And I like to use this because it gives us a good representation of what's happening with our SEO. Because if people are searching your brand, it's likely because they've already heard of you before. Maybe it's word of mouth. But if they haven't heard of you before, then they won't be looking up your brand. And making sure these clicks and impressions are going up, as well as the positions, that's really going to let you know that, hey, more and more people are being exposed to our business. The third thing you're going to want to do is focus on page types and not just individual pages. One of the things I've noticed is people get caught up on one particular page and trying to optimize that page, which there's nothing wrong with. That could be effective as well. But one of the things that can make life a bit easier is focusing on page types. That way you'll be able to understand the data better. So you're going to click on page here, and let's just say you're an e-commerce business and your URL for your categories is named category, or if you're on Shopify, it's named /Shopify. So for example, MyoMaster here, they're on Shopify. And if we click on massage, it says, I'm not sure if you can see this, it says /URLs. So if you want to see how well a particular type of page is doing, take that page folder, which in this case is /collections, and then just put it in there. Or if you're, let's just say, you're a SaaS business and you've got different service pages, it may be services. So these are commercial types of pages, and we want to see how well they're doing year on year and month on month. And obviously this is showing 0 because this doesn't include services. And one of the things I've noticed with my clients is they are down when you compare them year on year. And the reason why is because of AI overviews. It's this right here. So when you type in something, let's just say, how does the stock market work? It'll give you this AI overview, which a lot of the time, it just stops people from going any further because they just got the answer here. So that may be the reason why your traffic is down overall. So literally just type in /blog. If your website's blog sits on /blog, you just put that in and you click apply. And because this website's blog isn't on /blog, it doesn't work like that. So what I would do personally is I would just say to a web developer, or I'd just do it myself and just put the blog on /blog. That way it's just easier to filter for things. Because your traffic might be down year on year, but it may be because of the blog. But your actual money pages, like your product pages, they might be up in clicks. Finding new commercial keywords. So literally all you're going to do is click on 3 months and then click on the past 16 months and make sure it's on filter and not compare. The last 16 months, you want to filter by that. And literally, you can just go through and click on queries and see which keywords are commercially viable. People are looking for it, they're looking to make a purchase or they're close to making a purchase. And you're just going to scroll and see if you can find any of these keywords. And if you find a keyword, do you already have a dedicated page for that? Because if you don't, it might be worth creating a page for that. And you can see the number of impressions, which represents the search volume. So you can see this particular keyword actually has data. So best adhesive for quartz countertop. And I know this website here does not have that page. So guess what? That could be a great category page if you're on e-commerce. And before I reveal the very last thing here, if you've been binge watching YouTube and you're looking for some advice on how to actually speed up your SEO results, because there's so much information out here, you don't know what you should be doing, what you should not be doing, you can book a call with me where instead of you piecing together the advice, which is going to take you years, you can just book an hour with me where I'll show you what you should be doing and what you should be avoiding to rank your business and actually make money with SEO. So the last but not least is optimizing pages using keyword data, and that's where the SEO extension comes into play. So we're going to click on a page right here. So for example, safe cleaners for quartz. And once it loads, you're going to click on queries here. And then you're going to filter by impressions and clicks. So this has got the most clicks. So pink stuff on quartz countertop, pink stuff on quartz. Can you use pine sol on quartz countertops? Okay, so we've absorbed that information. What's getting the clicks? Now what's getting the most impressions? Best cleaner for quartz countertop. Well, our page here is about safe cleaners for quartz countertop. So does it make sense to include that? Well, yeah, it does. So what you're going to see is what does the current meta title look like. So the meta title is this blue title over here, and the reason why it's important, this blue title, is because if you've optimized it, it's going to help you rank in Google. It tells Google what your page is about. It's a very hefty signal. So let's go on this particular page, and you can do that by clicking on this right here, open in tab, and then this is the tab. You're going to click on the Easy SEO extension, and this is what the meta title looks like. 7 safe cleaners for quartz countertops, do's and don'ts. So if you click on queries here, the one with the most impressions, the most search volume, is best cleaner for quartz countertop, and the current meta title is safe cleaners. So it could be best safe cleaners for quartz countertop instead. Can you use pink stuff on quartz countertop? Now that doesn't make sense because this guide over here, it already mentions pink stuff in the actual content itself, and because it's not dedicated to this particular product, it doesn't make sense having it in the meta title. So you're literally just going to go through the clicks and impressions and see which ones have the most search volume and the most clicks, and try and get them fitted into your meta title. You're going to want to optimize this. So you can book your hour call with me, or you can just keep on watching these videos, and I just give no bullshit generic advice, and as you can see, it's to the point. And because I've been doing this for a very long time, the insights here are super valuable. Not trying to toot my own horn here, but I've worked in about 5 or 6 marketing agencies in the UK managing the SEO. So I'll see you in the next video.